Hi, Gali.
Hello, hello. All right, we are back with a live stream.
We're back with the live stream, and I'm in heaven, very
Yes,
close to God in Israel.
you're very close to God in Israel directly, and I'm in your other favorite heaven, which is Cape Town. And
Exactly,
this
but
is kind of the format we're used to, which is I'm here, you're there, two different screens. It's been a while since we did it this way.
exactly.
Yes. So great. First of all, for everyone that's on, please say hello. Let us know you can hear us and see us well.
Yes,
Any
yes.
technical issues, if everything's okay. We have Avi Budara here. Hello, hello.
Hi, Avi. My name. Avi, by the way, I'm in Israel, and I'm going to have a show in 23rd of October. So you are definitely invited. A music show.
Yes, yes, yes. It's going to be
It's
amazing.
Hapa in Barkan. If you don't have the link, I will let me know. I will send it to you.
Yes, perfect. And then we have Mariah here. Hi, my love. How's the sound and video from each of us? Let us know. And hello, hello, Lorna. Great. And okay. Hi, Tressa. And yes, perfect. All right, we are on. And I seem to have lost Mayor, but can you still see or hear him? Or is it just on my side? Let me know. I want to get the technical stuff out of the way so we can dive in to the real stuff here. Let me know in the chat. Yes, hi, Yannick. We are live indeed.
Gali, can you see me?
Yes, now I can. Okay, for some reason it was cutting out a bit.
Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
okay, good. Okay, good. Well, let's dive right in. So,
Let's dive.
yes, today, and you don't know the topics at all, you just said pick something.
Yeah, I have no
And
idea what we are talking about.
yes, well, the topic was so good, yet so bad. The popular sayings that destroy you. So, I want to go over more of those so good, but so bad sayings
Oh,
that
okay.
everybody says and really, yeah, destroys you.
Okay, let's hear.
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay. All right. Yes. So the first one I have is one that everybody knows, and I think an easy one to tackle, but it will be nice to hear your viewpoint on, which is people say children should be seen, not heard. I think most people these days don't agree with that statement, but they still operate with it in various ways, but just under a different cover. So, what's your viewpoint on that? Children should be seen and not heard.
Okay, so let's see if that applies to people. Let's say I'm going to someone, I'm going to my wife, and I tell her, you should be seen but not heard. How long do you think I will survive?
Point 0 seconds, 0.1
Exactly,
seconds. Yeah,
exactly. And
yeah,
my wife was
exactly.
a sniper, so probably even less.
Yeah, exactly. Before you could even say it, she would have gotten you already.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So why is it? Because it doesn't make sense for people to act like that. People should communicate. People should be acknowledged. And a person is as alive as he communicate, not as alive as he's seen. Stones are seen and not communicate. Yes.
yeah.
So why is it? It is because people secretly believe that children are a special kind of species. They
Hmm.
think the children are more like stones. If they think that the dogs are higher than the children because they never say to their dogs they should be seen but not heard.
Yeah,
Yes. So
yeah,
they
yeah.
think that the children secretly they think that they are some kind of a stone or some kind of a thing that needs to be handled as a thing. And how do I know that they think about it as a thing? Because when children doing something wrong, they try to fix them. Yet, the only thing that you actually fix by finding what's wrong with it is a physical things, and you fix people by finding what's right with them, not what's wrong with them. So every time you try to fix something by finding what's wrong with them, you actually admitting that you consider that someone as something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
total nonsense. And really, if you love your children, there's one thing you can do for them, and it is make sure that they are self-determined, that they decide, that they can communicate, that they can originate communication, that they can start, change, and stop communication, that they are actually self-determined. And if not, what you will have is a scumbag, not a person.
Mm. Yeah. 100%. And now, when you have a child, right? I, of course, don't think what I'm about to say, but many people see it this way, that, yeah, but the child is 3 years old. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't remember. They're just speaking nonsense. They shouldn't be with the adults. They're not there yet. And even if we do get rid of them, they're not going to even remember it. They're children, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brush them off.
Yeah. The problem is not if they remember it or not. The problem is that they make decisions.
Hmm.
They have all kind of consideration that they pick up. So they pick up, for example, a consideration of I'm not important. My opinion is not important. I always make mistakes. I cannot be trusted. And they pick up all kind of considerations that are totally lie. And the more lies they get, the worse their life become. So if your purpose is to destroy your child, by all means, do that. But if your purpose is to maximize the potential of your child, what you should do is include him, invite him to be with you. You've been with me as a child wherever we've been going, to meetings, to parties, to business meetings, to the office, to events, to anything we've done, you came with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we never thought that you are not qualified to understand, and you actually understood and
Yeah.
contributed. And every
Right.
child have that potentiality, because the definition of the word spirit is this thing that knows. And the
Hmm.
child is a spirit in a small body. It's not a specialized kind of spirit. It's like exactly like an adult. The only difference is in a small body. That's
Hmm.
all. And the fact that he has a small body, and maybe he's not as trained to use the body as an adult, do not mean anything about his knowingness or understanding or his feelings or anything. He is exactly like an adult. He just have a small body. That's all.
That's amazing. And what I love the most about that is this, is what you said, that it's not about what they remember, doesn't matter, but it's the decision they make in that moment. And that's what actually lasts. So, yeah, they don't remember when they picked up this idea of they don't care about me.
Yeah,
They don't remember when that happened, but when they were 3 years old, the parents said, "Get out of here, you don't belong." And he had this idea of they must not care about me. And
yeah.
that's what stuck.
That's what stays. I'm
Yeah.
useless. I'm not good.
Mhm.
I should be careful. I
Yeah.
can never win. Nothing will come out of me. All those
Yeah.
things that people think, usually it is their parents that installed that ideas in the mind of the children, which one day become an adult and still operate on that nonsense consideration.
That's
And you,
amazing. Yeah. And also Mariah here said that's amazing. Huge win. I also love that. Like that moment of that decision, that is what shapes the child.
exactly.
So what do you do? How do you get a child to get to the opposite conclusion, to the opposite decision, where they think, wow, I'm really powerful. I belong. I can be with the adults. How do you shape them to that direction?
You start to deal with truth. And what do I mean? The first truth is that every single person in the universe, every single human being in the universe is perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not him. So that's the
Hmm.
first thing you need to really get. The child, the adult, the old guy, the young guy, they are all perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not them. So you need to really gain you have to gain the ability to separate between the spirit that you love and the actions that sometimes you cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to separate between the actions and the spirit. The fact that the child broke something do not mean that he's bad. The fact that the husband says something do not mean that he's mean. The fact that the wife nag you do not mean that she wants something bad to happen to you. It just means that at that moment, she, the spirit, is not there. So what
Mm-hmm.
you need to do is to really separate it and totally handle the manifestation, which is all those bad things. You just acknowledge them, and you increase the size of the spirit. So you find what the child doing right, you find his good intention, and you accentuate it, you make it bigger, you make it more. Anything good that he's doing, you make it more. And anything bad that's happening, and you see, I'm not saying that he's doing, that's happening, anything bad that's happening, you basically just acknowledge. You just say, okay, I understand. I've seen it. Okay, I see it. You don't need to punish. You don't need to do anything. If you will make the spirit big enough, the small thing will become small enough. Because
Mm.
how do you make something small? You make something small not by reducing its size, but by making what you compare it to big. So if the good of the spirit is huge, like it's impossible for him to do something really bad. If you're at the
Yes.
size of a planet and the actions that you do bad is, oh, you didn't speak nicely to me. Okay, fine. It's nothing. So you
Right.
make the spirit big, and you simply acknowledge the bad. You don't do anything about it. You don't need, there's this thing of the people that you need to really discipline the child. You need to, no, you don't need to. You don't. You discipline animals, you discipline machines, you discipline computers. People you don't discipline, because if you discipline them, you'll get more and more jails, you get more and more criminals. The more you discipline, the more you use force, the worse the society get.
Yes. Amazing.
So yeah, so people, you don't need to discipline people. You need to get them to understand. You need to separate the actions from the intentions. You need to be able to see the good in people. But the problem is that most adults has got the treatment of you are useless, da 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 da. So now they believe that they're useless. So obviously everyone else is at least as useless as them.
Mm. Yeah, I see. So they bring everyone down to their level,
Exactly.
and then they win by experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, got you. And yeah, and Mariah said another wow. Eva said great handling. Yannick said that's a good point. Yeah, and so based
Thank you.
off of that, um, not that it's a popular saying, but it's a popular way of thinking. People think that, well, aren't we animals? Human beings are animals, right? I mean, what's the difference between one and a human and an animal? So if you
Well,
say, you get what I'm saying?
yeah, you can call a human being animal or whatever, or vegetable or whatever you want, but there's a different, because if you take animal or vegetable and you talk to them, assuming you can, they will not be able to, they will not want to do the right thing. Which means they will not want to do the greatest survival to the greatest number of people or being. What they will want to do is simply to survive. So if
Yeah.
you just want to live, you're an animal, even if you are in a human body. But the moment that you start to think, oh, that was wrong, or he was right and he was wrong, the moment that you start to think in terms of right and wrong, ethics, justice, integrity, moral, the moment that you start to think like that, you're a different kind of species, because human are the only people that think, or the only kind of
Life
life
forms.
forms that thinks like that have those kind of considerations of or evaluation. And that's what separates us from animals. And
Mm.
why it is? Because the body is just a body. The body can be considered just another machine, just another doll or another body. So you have different kind of bodies. But what drives the body makes the difference. So it's just,
Hmm.
you can think about it as different cars. So you have a human car, you have a man car, woman car, different kind of cars. And the difference is who is the driver.
Yeah. Yeah. But and
Animal,
is it a different? Yeah, in animals, it's a different driver.
it's a different kind of driver.
Hmm.
He's not, he's more degraded a being than a human being.
Got you. Got you. Amazing.
The
But then there
only
would be,
difference is
yeah,
the condition of the driver, of the spirit.
got you. And so would you say though that there are humans that are as good as animals, are operating like animals?
No, I would say that there are human that has been made to be so wrong that they consider themselves such an effect that they act like animal. But luckily enough, the spirit never lose its ability. It's just losing its willingness to demonstrate its ability. So you can take any person in the worst condition, and once you validate him enough, and once you separate his intention from his actions, once he can actually see that his intent, once he actually get acknowledged for the fact that his intentions are always good, in a millisecond he become himself again. And you will see that regardless of how bad he did so far, he always did it from his viewpoint with the intention of doing good. He just didn't know exactly how to do good, but his version of good was what he's done.
Amazing. 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 Wow. And Avi says yes. And Yannick says, hi, Mayor. How do we improve the adults from bringing the kids down with them?
Education.
Hmm.
Education. And what do I mean education? Most people think that when I say you need to learn, what I mean is to get more data. And what I actually mean when I say learning, and the only learning there is, if the spirit indeed is the thing that knows, the only learning there is a process of deleting lies, deleting fake realities.
Hmm. Yeah.
So when you delete those things that you are 100% sure that they are right, but they didn't bring you the expected result, you actually become you. So the way towards you is not by adding more lies, data, same thing, but by deleting all those lies, all these pieces of data that you rely on. Once you actually can know for no reason at all, you become you. And when you know because of data or information, you are just a robot, a computer.
Mm,
Computers,
100%.
robots knows because of data and programming. Spirits knows because they know.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. 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 Now, let's do one more. So, wow, I wrote these a while back, but let's see here. I have on the list popular sayings: "Nice guys finish last."
Well,
Ever heard of that one?
yes. So the truth is that the only time you failed is because you have not been nice enough.
Hmm.
You somewhere succumbed to invitation to become rough and not nice, and so you failed. And
Hmm.
then after you succumb for those invitations, uh, and you've been bad somewhere, bad, then you decided, okay, fine, I see that's do not work, so I will become nice. But you didn't handle the earlier bad things. So you know secretly that you are bad, so you become nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are actually nice, not because you used to be bad or not because you think that, oh, I need to be nice because I want to be successful, or not because you think you need to be nice because you've been educated to be nice, but when you are nice because you are nice with no, it's not a deal. You don't expect anything back. You're just nice because you really, 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 really want to help.
Yeah.
And you understand that people are perfect, that all spirit, all people are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not them. You will see that you will be extremely nice. And what does it mean to be nice?
Hmm.
To be nice mean to be extremely cocky while allowing everyone else to be at least as cocky as you. Nice do not mean timid, do not mean useless, do not mean giving up, do not mean losers. Nice
Hmm.
mean I'm extremely powerful, but I'm allowing everyone else to be at least as powerful as me. So from their viewpoint, I'm extremely nice because I want them to be powerful. I do anything I can to make them powerful because I know I'm
Hmm.
powerful. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Nice is not, this is not nice. This is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice is making the other person so powerful so he will not have a reason to make you wrong because you're powerful.
Amazing. And so, how do you make another person powerful day to day?
Day to day, you find what you can admire about him. The more you
Mm.
admire about the person, the more you remove his consideration. So you have a singer, and you have, let's say I'm singing with some lady and she sing, and I have now two options: to find all the amazing thing that she's doing, or to concentrate on the one mistake that she's done in a whole song that took five minutes.
Yeah.
And the magic is that if I find more and more and more amazing things about her, she will automatically improve because I convince her more and more that she is powerful, that she
Mm.
can, and so she can
Yeah.
more. Because the only problem, the only reason why a person cannot is because he's not daring to do it. He doesn't dare to do it. But if you dare to do something, you will always be successful.
I love it. I love it. And it's such a different, counterintuitive approach because the minute you see something you think is wrong, you think you need to point it out, and that's the solution.
Mhm.
But you make them more powerful, then they naturally say, well, maybe can, I can
Yeah,
dare to. And that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's
Amazing.
yeah.
Very, 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 very cool.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So, first of all, let's see. Margaret here said that's encouraging. There's always hope of recovering our abilities. Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. And Yannick said makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Mayor,
Hmm.
with regards
Hmm.
to the answer you
Hmm.
gave previously. So, great. Final question on a different note. When there's a lot to do, a lot of pressure, a lot of things going on, how do you deal with it? Everybody wants you this way, that way, deadlines, and it's just like you almost can't get to it all. What do you do?
You, what you do, you improve your control by deciding that you have some things uncontrolled. So the
Hmm.
problem is not that things are uncontrolled. The problem is that you did not decide to leave them uncontrolled. But if you
Hmm.
decide, I'm leaving this room as a mess, I want it to be a mess, and whatever will happen with it, I don't care. I
Yeah.
decided this room going to be a mess. I decided I'm not going to clean my car for the next 3 days. I
Yeah.
decided I'm going to cut my hair only on Monday. And for 1 week, my hair will not be cut. I decided.
Mm.
So the problem is that if you don't do that, you will not actually control. Why? Because in order to control anything, you need to control the plus and the minus. So you need to decide what you control and what you leave uncontrolled. And
Yeah.
only if you can decide that, and you make a to-do list, and you say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, and a to-do list that do not include, this is what I'm not going to do. It's not a to-do
Yeah.
list. It's just a wishful thinking. And the longer and the more you'll do those to-do lists, the more you realize that you're a failure. And eventually you'll stop doing to-do lists and it will become even worse.
Yeah. So you mean you just write on your to-do list what you will do, not the other points?
No, you write what you're going to do as well as what I'm not going to do.
Oh,
I'm
got
not
it. As
going to
well
do
as.
this. I'm not
Got it.
going to call Johnny. I'm not going to handle this sales cycle. I'm not going to close this deal.
Yeah.
Now the magic is that all those things that you decide not to do will be done by themselves.
Yes.
It's a
Yes. I've
magic.
definitely seen that.
It's like unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
It's
Amazing.
totally magical, but you need to put it there. It cannot be, oh yeah, this I'm leaving uncontrolled. No, no, no. You have to put it there. You need to really make sure that it's really defined. This thing I'm not doing, this thing I'm doing, this thing. So there's nothing in the maybe area, because maybe is an area that suck your abilities, sucks
Yeah.
your attention unit. Any maybe is a black hole for attention. So
Hmm.
you really have to make sure that you don't have maybes in your life. Any decision is better than no decision, because once you don't make a decision, you have a black hole that pull all your power into it, and you become
Hmm.
useless. And you think, oh, I'm so busy. No, you're not so busy. You're not so nothing. All your power has been sucked by this black hole that called maybe, and now you cannot do what you need to do, and you cannot not do what you should not do, and you are in a total maybe, and you think, oh, I'm a procrastinator. No, you're not a procrastinator. You just don't make decisions, and the decision do not mean to do the thing. It's just making a decision, and you cannot make a decision about one thing. You need to make all your cycles have to be under a decision. This is I'm doing, this I'm not doing, this I'm doing, this I'm not doing, this I'm letting it explode, this is I'm not, this I'm going to achieve that. And if you define it, and the more you define it, the smaller the black hole that you have around you, the more of your power you get, and the easier everything become. And because you are becoming more and more you, even those things that you say, I'm not going to do them, I leave them uncontrolled. Yes, you're going to leave them uncontrolled, but they will sort out by their own.
I love it. That's very cool. Very, very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And yeah, Mariah said, wow. And Eva said, wow, amazing. How did you find it out? This is exactly what's happening with my to-do lists. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching you.
Yes.
Secret
Exactly.
cameras.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Amazing. This
Called
was,
remote viewing.
or yeah, remote viewing. Exactly. Uh, yeah. So this was amazing. And for anyone tuning in, we didn't plan to talk about what I'm about to talk about, but this reminded me about your soul coffee, because you put these 5-minute videos more or less every day, and they get given out on to an exclusive list of people that are on a subscription called the Soul Coffee. And there's like powerful subjects. Like today we covered in 30 minutes about 5 different big topics, but if you break it down, it's like 6 minutes per topic, and it's like life shaking answers. So that's the Soul Coffee, but every single day.
Yeah.
So if you are listening and you're interested in that, you can go to the website gprosperity.com. I think it's /drink soul coffee.
Yeah. And
And
it's
you can
decaf.
find out. And it's decaf. Yeah, exactly. It's yeah, I think you might have the link somewhere up there to add it. But either way, /drink soul coffee. It's $19 a month, which is like 80 cents a day for the most powerful exclusive videos. So
Here
just
we go.
something I thought of now as we're talking.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
there we go. It's on the screen now. Anyway, this was awesome.
Thank you.
Very, very well.
Thank you, Gali. You are awesome.
Yeah.
The way that you are, everything about you is more than awesome. It's like godly. And
Mwah.
I'm not biased at all.
Not biased, definitely.
Nothing.
We just
Nothing.
met. He's not a paid actor.
But
Can you confirm you've
the
never
truth
met
is,
me before today?
yeah, no, but the truth is that you are.
Mwah. Love you, Abale. Oh, I think you cut out for me. I think I lost you. Maybe everyone else is hearing you like it was at the beginning. Oh, there.
I
Can you
think
hear
we're
me
back.
now? Now we're back.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay.
we're back.
But Mwah, Abale. But thank you, and I
I
love
love you,
you, love
Baba.
you, love you.
I love you.
Oh, okay. Mariah said it cut out for her too. So maybe there was just a bit of a cut.
Okay.
Tov,
Too
thank
much
you.
admiration melted the line.
Yeah, it melted the line exactly. But love you, Abele. You're the
I
best of
love,
the best of the best. Thank you
I
for
love
this.
you,
Thank you
Baba.
for helping everyone every day.
I love you, Babale.
Mwah.
Mwah.
All
I
right.
love you.
Mwah. Thanks, everyone. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.